plan for 2 children and stop there, but what happens to them if they have another one? There's a common belief that a middle child might be disadvantaged, and that is our daily dilemma. Middle child syndrome, is it a myth or reality? To sort the facts from fiction, we have Margret Rafferty with us from kidspot.com.au. Welcome.
Hi, Margret.
And what does the research actually show here?
Well, disappointingly, for all of those of us who'd like to blame our various flaws on our birth order, there is no evidence to support that birth order has any effect on our personalities, our intelligence, our mental health, or even how early we start talking.
Wow. I saw one of the studies that you did, and it showed that they did a study. It was a ridiculous amount of people. I think it was about 250,000 male kids. Yeah, that's right. And they found that the total difference between the firstborn and the lastborn was never more than 3 IQ points.
Yes, so it's not going to make it easier to ace your exams just because you were the firstborn.
I'm a middle child and it's been terrible. No, I'm introverted. I haven't gone far in life. I feel very insecure. You've no idea what it's like to be a middle child.
And you're a shrinking violet.
And then my mother and father had another one. There were 2 of us in the middle. Oh. And we're bookended by 2 brothers.
It compounded it, didn't it?
It did, except my I don't know. Are you sure there's nothing?
Well, I wouldn't speak for everyone, but I think you'd be a good case for the fact that there isn't anything to middle child
Absolutely
syndrome.
not.
Yeah.
They might have thought I was the middle child, but I was really the boss.
And still is.
So where does the myth come from? Is it just people basically, screwing up in life and blaming it on the fact that they're a middle child?
Well, this is pure speculation, but I'd say that how people behave in the dynamic of their particular sibling unit, so how they behave with Johnny who's older and Susie who's younger, could be observable as being a middle child syndrome. But once you extend it to kind of a broader part of society, their broader role in society and the way they respond to different challenges, there's nothing that says just because you were the one who was picked on by your older brother and ignored in favour of your younger one, it doesn't mean that you're going to fail in life or be penalised in any way.
I find it astounding that this article came about because a mother was considering not having a 3rd child because she was so worried about this middle child syndrome.
Yeah, it's
Are people really worried about it?
Well,
they're looking at Jan Brady going, not doing that.
Marsha. I have 3 kids and never for a moment did I think, well, you can't have a 3rd because middle child syndrome might affect the current younger one, though I did have someone tell me that 3 was a very unstable number when I was pregnant, so who knows?
That's helpful, isn't it?
Aren't people amazing?
Yes, but people do worry about this stuff. There's so much pressure on families in general to get it right, to make sure that they give their child every single advantage they possibly can and beat themselves up if they don't.
That's me.
I just remember someone saying it was cheaper by the dozen. I think
Oh, wow.
a good 12 would be fine.
Knock them out.
A bit late for me now.
You can buy in bulk.
Margret, thank you very much for joining us and helping dispel some of those middle child myths. So I think the take-home message there is go forth, procreate. Or not. Up to you.